There we go. Okay. So, pass the seal oil, please. Oh, the small one. Thank you. Thank you. Deutschen, Koyana, Anabasi, Buddhist Hawa. Thank you. So, for those of you that aren't familiar, this is seal oil. And many Alaska Native cultures throughout our state have some form of seal oil that they enjoy. In their area, if they don't have seal oil, they'll render the fat from other animals. They've got moose, beaver, wooligan, sometimes caribou. And a lot of people, they choose to eat this seal oil on salmon with berries because it's high in nutrients. So it's very important. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about seal oil in a bit. For the next few minutes, I want to share with you what inspires me, lessons that I've learned from serving Alaska Native and rural students, and then also I want to end with sharing just a few, I guess, suggestions on how to connect with and reach out to Alaska Native and rural students that you'll be working with. So I have had the privilege of being Alaska Native all of my life. My mother has had the privilege of being Alaska Native all of her life. The big difference between us is that when she was younger and growing up, it wasn't such a great thing to be Alaska Native. People would make negative comments about the language that she or others spoke. People would make negative comments about the traditional foods that they ate, like the smoked fish, maybe the muktuk. And also, people would make negative comments about physically looking like they were Alaska Native. This hurts my feelings. I'm inspired by this to make sure that our Alaska Native and rural students here at UAA never have to experience that shame, that disgrace that my mother and many other people have felt in the past. I want to make sure that these students feel welcomed, that they feel valued, and I certainly hope that you want to do the same for these students. In the 9 years that I've worked with Alaska Native and rural students, I have learned a lot from them. Sometimes I've learned lessons by directly talking with them. Other times I've learned lessons by just observing and watching their actions. So I want to share a few. Family is first. Time and time again, students get homesick when they get here, and that's because they're used to being in a tight-knit family, a tight-knit community. Remember, some of these Alaska Native and rural students that come to UAA are coming from communities that have 50 people, 100, 500, 1,000 people. They know everybody in the community. They see the same people every day. When you come to Anchorage, there's times when, I go without seeing an individual, in a span of 3 months. So it's a big shock to some people. Also, I've learned from students that it's okay to enlarge your family, to invite in new family members, to create one more cousin to have, to create one more auntie, uncle, grandparent, to invite them in, to enlarge your family. I think, typically in the city or in some of our Western cultures, we have a tendency to define family by those that we're blood related to. And that's not the way that it is for some of our students that are here. Respect elders. It's great to see a busy student stop, put down what they're doing, and cater to the needs of an elder that comes into the room. The students are often coming from families or communities where maybe they live with their grandparents, or their grandparents are in the same community that they are from, and so there's a bond there. There's a close-knit bond. In the city, we have a tendency to maybe put aside our seniors, put them in the corner, let them live life over here, and maybe we don't value them as much as we should. They have lots to offer us. We just have to make the time to stop and listen to them. Students have taught me, take time to laugh. Humor heals a lot of things. And it's also probably the quickest way to build some trust. It can also build community. And many students seek out safe places across our campus. They seek out those places where it's okay to be themselves, it's okay to laugh, it's okay to tease each other, it's okay to talk about the things that are familiar to them. It's okay to be themselves. And silence is okay. Silence is okay. Some Alaska Native cultures are a little louder than others. We're not all the same. Some speak a little quieter than others, and you might have to listen more carefully. Here in the city, we have so much noise. Noise, noise, noise. There's lots of noise outside. Even inside these walls, we create noise. If you're able to find a moment of silence, embrace it. Take time to make those moments of silence, even when you're talking with somebody. It's okay to collect your thoughts and then begin talking when you feel more confident. Teasing can be helpful. Confronting someone is not always the best way to correct things, to correct behavior. Instead, embrace and celebrate the strengths of that individual. Offer those uplifting words and those compliments. You know, I value my ability to have difficult conversations with students and to approach them on their behavior. But the reality is that sometimes that actually goes against some cultural values. And sometimes you need to just sit back and let things unfold how they may. Things will work themselves out. And again, embrace that student, embrace those strengths. Another lesson, very important, potlucks are important, especially in the city. When you go to a potluck, many people will bring traditional foods or subsistence foods to share. So make sure you go to those potlucks when you have the opportunity. It's important to eat foods that have been hand-gathered, that have been, hunted for. They've been prepared with care, with love and care. In the city, we have a tendency to go to the store and grab those cans of things and those jars, and we don't always know where those foods come from. So take time to enjoy foods from the potlucks. So these lessons are good ideas, but I imagine it's really important for us to have more tangible tips and tricks that we can use when working with students. So I want to end going over four ideas. So one thing that you can do with Alaska Native and rural students is ask, where are you from? And be genuine when you ask this. Take time to look at the Alaska map, find out where exactly are they from, or take time to even make the Alaska map with your right hand. Remember, go like this and then point down. There's Alaska, here's UAA, and Seawolf. Try pronouncing the name of the village that they share that they're from. Ask a question or two about it. Be comfortable with silence and be comfortable with slowing down. Some cultures don't verbally say yes and no. Instead, they use nonverbals. So I've learned from students that in the Yupik region, people say yes by raising their eyebrows. Do I like hot tea? Do I like coffee? So that was yes and no. So some of your students might be doing that. Also, remember, in the village, we run at a slower pace. We don't worry about a clock all the time. We don't worry about a schedule. So sometimes we might struggle showing up on time to things. But we just be patient with us. Know the Alaska Native programs across campus. Know where Native Student Services are, where the Alaska Native Studies Department is, where the Chamai Room is. Know where these places are and suggest that students go there and take part in the services if they need them. But also just encourage them to go there for the sense of community that's developed in these areas. Many of these areas, they have people that can easily relate to students. These spots are also very good for non-Native students to go to because they can also learn more about the Alaskan cultures and communities. Finally, I want you to be like seal oil. I want you to be like seal oil. What do I mean? I want you to be transparent, should be able to see through you. I want you to be genuine when you work with students. I want you to be smooth and flexible so that you can work with students. I want you to be controlled enough to alter your behavior to meet the student's needs. When it's room temperature, it's fluid. When it's frozen, it's solid. So alter your behavior. I want you to provide light and warmth for the students. You are an ambassador of UAA. Traditionally, before contact, seal oil was used to light people's homes and provide warmth. You can do that for these students while they're here at UAA. I want you to overall be healthy for our students that you're working with. This is rich with nutrients, and I know everybody in this room is also rich with nutrients to share. So, be seal oil.